Hey everybody, welcome to Comedically Correct. I am Andrew Holiday. With me as always is
Selena,
Selena Gomez. She will be in our
it's
thumbnail.
been 2 months since our last cast.
Yeah, and that is mostly my fault. She did go to Vegas for a little bit, so it's partially her fault too.
I went to Vegas for like 5 days.
And I went to the hospital for like 5 days, so
Oh, I was gonna tell people you were in jail.
hmm, I I may be going. I don't know for sure that I'm registered to vote in Colorado because I was registered in Texas
Uh-huh.
and they still think I'm registered in Texas,
Oh.
but I am sure that I registered to vote in Colorado.
Well, just I don't think they'll arrest you if you only vote in Colorado.
Supposedly, but Ron DeSantis just arrested a bunch of people for illegally voting.
Yeah, but he's not in Denver. Like he's not in Colorado.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. But I did not illegally vote. I registered to vote in Colorado. I'm just keep on getting cold calls to vote in Texas and
Who are
emails.
you getting calls from?
Uh People for Beto O'Rourke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Beto. I don't know how we're supposed to pronounce it. I'm
Beto.
Beto. But
Beto.
he said Beto one time. I heard him
Because
say
he's
Beto.
white. And he wants white people to say his isn't his name like I don't know. He's got
Uh,
a real white name and he just goes by Beto because it's better, I guess, for his image, even though like it's the same way like Ted Cruz is technically like Cuban or whatever the fuck.
yeah, he's Cuban that was born in Canada and ran for president here. And yeah,
He's a real piece of shit.
yeah. I will say I did meet Beto O'Rourke right
Oh
after
yeah?
right after the mass shooting in Odessa. He showed up and I
You were
should
like, I mean, mass shooting sad, but I
but
did meet Beto O'Rourke. So pretty I came out of this one.
I came out on top. A lot of people didn't. I did fine. No, it was like right after the mass shooting and then like there was this Democrats this Texas Democrats thing that my dad was going to, and Beto O'Rourke just randomly showed up, and he was
Mhm.
actively running for president. So I was like, it was kind of exciting. It was like first time I ever met an actual presidential candidate, and there weren't a
Uh-huh.
lot of people there. So he actually spent time to chat with us for a second, and I creep shotted him because he sat behind me in the thing.
What year was this?
Only a few years ago. It was during the last presidential election
Oh, so
primaries.
2020,
Yeah, no,
2019.
it was during the primaries.
So like 20
Yeah,
oh 20 so like 2018.
yeah, it was like 2018.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the whole primary thing. And he was actually one of the front runners at the time, like sort of. I think it was like I think it was like
Bernie.
Bernie, Biden, him.
I don't think Biden was up that high.
Yeah, I don't maybe he
I
wasn't, but yeah.
mean, it just
Beto
has
was
good
one
name recognition.
yeah, but Beto was one of the front runners at the time. And I just thought it was interesting. And then like a bunch of people like giving me shit. They're like, you know, he wants to take away our guns. And I was like, geez, I'm not saying anything for or against
Like,
his
I didn't
policies.
endorse the man. I just wanted to take a picture.
Yeah, and it was a creep shot. Like I could have asked him for a picture, but he was sitting right behind me, so I took a creep shot with him. It's on my Facebook somewhere. Anyway,
You should post it if he wins. He probably won't, but
oh
you
yeah,
know, a
I
girl can dream.
would be surprised if he won.
Yeah, me
Um,
too, unfortunately.
but
I mean,
yeah,
people hate Greg Abbott, but not as much as they hate Democrats.
yeah, like they're like this Greg Abbott's a piece of crap, and then they're like,
Can
but
you
I'm
can you
not
hear it when I
changing.
do this?
No,
No?
no, someone's gonna make a GIF out of that.
Yep.
Me probably, but anyway, uh. What were we going to talk about next? I think I got Twitter. Twitter was sold,
Yes.
and now you can pay for a blue check mark.
Are you
Um,
gonna get one?
I don't even pay for Netflix, man.
Are you gonna ask your mom to pay for one for you?
Maybe.
For the
I
podcast, mom, you gotta support us. You're the
uh
what is it called? The person who has the money.
Yeah, the producer.
She's EP. She's EP.
Yeah, the executive producer. I'll tell her that. Yeah, maybe she'll support the cause. I I tried to get verified a long time ago, and like, cause like there used to be like a thing where you just like ask to be verified, and they just say yes or no.
Hmm.
And now, but like
Yeah.
now it's like a bunch of hoops you have to jump through. But just paying $8 to get verified, and you
For
get
a
a few
year.
other, you don't have to worry about ads anymore. I don't
I
know.
mean, it looks like we kind of already don't have to worry about ads because so many companies have pulled their ads. So
Yeah,
he is doing a great job of removing ads from the site.
yeah. It's like having YouTube Red
Right.
or the premium Hulu subscription.
Yeah.
Uh, so
I don't
I
know.
just
The ads on Twitter are not as annoying to me as the ads on Instagram.
I don't mind them if I can just scroll by them. If I
You
don't
can,
have,
but
if
you
I don't,
can do that on Twitter, right?
yeah, you can do that on Twitter and Instagram. Except for Instagram stories, you kind of have to like, I guess you can still kind of click fast by them.
Yeah.
But my problem is that the targeted ads are so good, and I'm such a like, it'll be like
Are you buying things from your ads on Twitter?
all the fucking time.
Oh my God.
Look at the stupid shit that I own. I
Why do you
bought
own
this.
that?
Yeah,
Isn't
look.
that little bear bacteria that like never dies?
Yeah, it's
I'm not gonna lie,
they're
it's
called
pretty,
it's a tardigrade.
it's very cute.
Yeah, but this isn't even a half of it. I
I
have
love those little guys.
I couldn't get any of the McDonald's Happy Meals, so I bought all of them online for like $40 each. There's a Mimikyu back there.
Why do you have so much money? Where's this? Is this like your social security money that you're spending? Where's this
I
money coming from?
I do not have this much money. Uh,
Do you just have a credit card?
no, I don't have a credit. I don't have credit. Fucking uh, I still owe thousands of dollars for medical bills that um that the CARES Act supposedly paid for.
But did not pay for?
No. So yeah, the targeted ads just are really good.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah, I
own.
just have to remind myself not to buy anything from ads that I see.
I've also gotten screwed a few times.
Yeah, I
Like,
bet.
check this
Yeah,
out.
the people that like buy their clothes off TikTok and shit, I'm like, you kind of deserve to be scammed. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it looks nice on that
Like,
paid for model with airbrush and stuff. But
right.
then like it's a pure cotton.
You don't see that there's 8 clips holding the shirt against your skin.
Yeah. Nah, I bought my sister a nice dress off Wish once, and I was it looked like a fat t-shirt. It looked like a maternity
Buying your
dress.
sister a dress.
Yeah, yeah, I bought her a dress. She was like 9 at the time.
Oh, okay.
Like, I wouldn't buy her clothes now. Maybe I'd buy her shirt. I'd probably buy her t-shirts
Yeah,
now. But
it's a cool shirt
yeah,
that that is like promo for our podcast.
that's actually not a bad idea. I'm actually
Yeah.
so her
Yeah,
best.
I mean, I've a lot of my family has like bought my stickers and stuff,
Oh,
and like all my family has Laugh Up City t-shirts for some reason because they wanted them.
oh, that's good. I I've been putting stickers like in bars and stuff on like toilet seats so people could like read it.
Yeah.
And then there's like this sticker wall at this like kind of hipster place, this hipster coffee place downtown. So I put a bunch of our
Hmm.
stickers on that. And it
Nice.
sucks because a lot of people do that, so our stickers get covered up. So
You just need
every
to do a big sticker.
that's not a bad idea. Maybe like
You
just
just
like
gotta
one.
make yeah, like a big like a 4-inch sticker and cover up everybody else's bullshit stickers.
Yeah. And those assholes will still cover it up. And then yeah, I do want like just like a hot chick to like see if I can get her to go viral on Instagram wearing our clothes. That'd be dope.
I mean, I did wear our hoodie at the When We Were Young festival, but I wore it like around my waist, thinking at some point I would put it on. If it got cold, and then
That's
I
what you
just
were
never
in Vegas
really
for, the When We Were Young
got cold.
festival?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you saw like Paramore and everything?
Yeah. It
I
was
remember
great.
everybody was like excited about that, and then I kind of forgot
Yeah.
about it.
I'm really happy that I went, and then I get to rub it in everybody's face that were like, oh, it's a scam. Oh, they're just gonna take your money. Oh, you're gonna get shot because it's like Astro World. Guess who didn't get shot, bitch? Me.
Nobody got shot at Astro World. They got crushed.
Whatever.
I know. I was across the street when that happened. I was like, what's up with all those cop cars? I lived in Houston for a short time, but I didn't get to do
Whatever.
anything fun there. I went
I
to,
didn't die.
uh, I, I did not die.
You
Um,
kind of almost did.
uh,
Did you ever code? Did they ever code you?
Not in Houston. A
No.
ton of times in San Antonio and Corpus Christi. Like a ton of times. I don't even know what the count is. There's 4 times I know for sure, but one of the doctors was saying he's like, I think it was more than that. But yeah, there were 4 times for sure where they like called my parents and shit.
They were like, he's gonna, you might
Yeah,
wanna,
you might want to get here. One of them said like, I can't guarantee you that he's gonna be alive when you get here. And then so like my mom she said that she like drove in slow motion, like she didn't like really realize what was going on. I was like, they shouldn't tell you that shit and then make you drive.
right.
So, um, but you know, I pulled through, I guess, unless this is all a dream.
I mean, it would be a very elaborate dream, unless this is like my dream and
Maybe
you're
I'm,
not here.
and then you wake up and I just disappear.
Yeah. And I look for the podcast and it never existed. And when I tell people, oh yeah, I have a podcast with my friend Andrew, they're like, yeah, sure you do.
And
They're
Corey's
just like,
like,
let's not tell her.
yeah, it's like he died. He died 4 years ago, or 3 years ago. It'd be almost now. Um,
Is that how long we've been doing this podcast?
Almost 3 years.
Oh wow.
No,
Really? No.
no, we're almost 2 years. We're almost at our 2 year anniversary.
Oh, okay. But we should do a big special for our 2 year anniversary.
Yeah. Okay. So I accidentally bought this huge He-Man statue, like pop statue, that I don't have a place
Okay.
for.
So
And
we'll do a giveaway.
we'll do a giveaway for that because I don't have anywhere to put it. And I
We'll
don't
do
even
like
like,
a, do you want to do like two truths and a lie? And then whoever guesses the lie wins the thing.
okay, we'll do that for our
Okay.
anniversary special. Okay. And I'll post a picture of it. I'm gonna set up our Instagram and our Twitter soon. Like I have a lot more energy now, so I can start doing stuff.
Good.
Um, so like you know how like sometimes like if you don't have Amazon Prime, you have to get like over $25 so you can get free Prime. You get free shipping.
I did not know that because I have Amazon Prime, but that's good to know.
All right. Yeah, I mean like, whoop-de-doo. I can get on my mom's Amazon Prime if I wanted to. I just don't need to. I have my mom's
I
Amazon
have
Prime.
my own.
I have my own profile on my mom's Amazon Prime, so
So
anyway,
suck it.
fuck it all. Anyway, so there was this He-Man statue, like pop, that I just thought looked cool
Hmm.
that I didn't realize was one of the super large ones, but it was on sale for $6. So I was like, all right, a $6 thing that puts me over 25 and I'll have an extra pop for my shelf. This isn't what it's done yet. Like I got a lot of boxes that I gotta get
I
done.
was gonna say it's a little discombobulated.
Yeah, no, well, Mimikyu and Yamper are gonna go on top with the other Pokemon, and then and that's actually a cup with
Okay.
that did have chocolate milk in it. But yeah, I got a plan for it. And that lamp shouldn't be there. I'm not sure if it even works. That lamp might be a fire hazard.
Well,
But I
you'll
digress.
never know unless you try to light it on fire.
Yeah, my mom would love that. But
Do
anyway,
you still live with your mom?
yeah,
Dang, dude.
yeah. Like, why do you think I have money right now? I had the money that I was going to use to pay off my
That is,
car.
I guess that is like a good advantage. If you just get like so horribly sick, your mom can't let you live alone anymore.
Yeah. So
Because it's
Like,
like now if she like makes you move out on your own, you'd be like, Mom, but remember, I almost died, Mom.
yeah.
But
And
then
then
it
my
does mean that you live with your mother.
yeah, that doesn't sell great on the Tinder.
Right.
I haven't tried Tinder yet.
Do you just say, hey, my mom lives with me, dude. My mom lives with me.
Yeah, my mom lives with me. She has the bigger room, but that was just me being respectful.
Right.
And she does have the mortgage, but that's just her helping out. She does have the better credit, but that's just, you know,
I mean, what are you gonna do? Did your doctors clear you for work yet?
no,
No.
no, like, well, like it's like every few weeks I seem to get sick again,
Yeah.
so they don't want,
They don't really want you like in the world
yeah,
outside.
and I'm still on a lot of anti-rejection meds that
Uh-huh.
really fuck with your immune system.
Yeah. Immunosuppressants.
Yeah.
I
What
know
else?
words.
So, um, we missed we I wanted to do a Halloween episode, but we weren't able to do a Halloween episode.
Yeah, whose fault is that?
That's mine mostly. You were in Vegas, but it's whatever. It's
We could have
whatever.
done it pre. I have a costume and everything. I'll send you the costume, and then when you set up an Instagram, you can put my Halloween costume on there.
Okay.
Late Halloween. I think Halloween should be forever. We should just.
I love Halloween's my favorite holiday. Women dress up like sluts. It's great.
I just
Like,
think it's so much more. Like now that I'm older, it's so much more fun.
oh, nah, like free candy was the funnest part of Halloween for me,
Well,
but
but like when I was a kid, I was always too like shy, so I would just like stay at home with my mom.
oh, dude.
To the point where like one year some of my friends came by and they're like, hey, Selena, come trick-or-treating with us, and I was like, no, that's okay, I'm helping my mom, and my mom was literally like, go get out of my house, go be with your friends. I think my mom thinks I was a loser. To be fair,
Yeah,
she was right.
yeah. When your mom's like, hey, like everybody else on the planet, they're like, their mom's like trying to keep them in. They're like, you never hang out with the family anymore, but your mom's like,
Right, you hang out with the family too much.
you're fucking cramping my style. Like shit, dude.
She's like, I want to get drunk and listen to Dixie Chicks alone.
Dixie Chicks. Anyway,
Oh, the chicks, my bad, my bad.
the chicks now. Oh yeah. Uh, we only had like 8 trick-or-treaters. I think Nancy Grace ruined trick-or-treating for kids.
Mhm.
Like, because like people are like now parents are the only kids I see are with their
We're all just
parents.
worried about fentanyl. Nobody
Fentanyl,
is giving away free fentanyl.
yeah, nobody's giving away free
No,
or any free
nobody is doing
drugs.
that.
Like drugs
I
are
would like,
expensive.
can you point to me the house that is giving out free drugs? Because I want to go to that house. I will buy 8 different costumes. Because I would still say, like, if I bought 8 different
Well, you're short enough.
costumes,
They'll be like, yeah, you're a kid. Like I'd buy it.
I would just have to tape down. Um,
Yeah,
but if I bought 8 different costumes, that would still be less money than I would spend buying all the free drugs that I would get.
yeah. Like
Stupid.
no, and then there is one case of a kid getting a a sugar stick that was laced with um antifreeze, I think. And the
Yeah,
kid
but it
said that
was
it tasted bad. And then so after invest and then so all four of the so they go to a house, nobody's at that house. So then they go to the next house that one of the dads goes back and he's like, "Oh, they gave sugar sticks." So he gives all the kids the sugar sticks. All the sugar sticks were poisoned, but the other kids they had them and they're like, "These taste bad." And so they just stopped eating them. But he made his kid eat it and his kid died, and it turned out he's the one that fucking murdered his kid because he
yeah.
wanted the insurance money.
That's why he made it eat it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where the whole story comes from.
Yeah. And then Nancy Grace for years was saying people are gonna abduct your kid if you look away.
Right.
Sam
Which is
Morris,
like, I think a lot of times friends would be like, please.
yeah. And don't get me wrong, like I've been in a mall when a kid disappeared before and it scares the fuck out of you.
Hmm.
but she was fine. Most people don't want to hurt children. Like
Yeah.
when I see a kid that's like by themselves, I actually like I'm worried that people are gonna think I'm a creep if I approach them, not that I don't want to help.
Yeah, like as a dude, it's probably not the right thing for you to do. I mean, it is the right
Yeah,
thing to do,
like
but it's like more sketchy if you're like, hey, I found this kid.
well,
Where's your mom?
I've actually found children a few times when I was working at Walmart and being in
Oh
your
God.
Walmart uniform, it's fine. Like you're like, all right, let's
Yeah.
look for your
You work at
mom.
the store.
Yeah, and then you just kind of take them. And Walmart policy was you have to stay with that kid until they're found by their parents. So it's not like the kid gets lost, like, oh, I gave him to her and or whatever, right?
Uh-huh.
Um, and then there was a few times when I was in AP wearing regular clothes that I found just random kids, and that just looked a little sketchier. Where I'm like, hey, is this your kid? Whose kid is this? And then one
You're
time, like,
like, loss prevention is not supposed to extend to your offspring, but
yeah,
here we are.
yeah, this is awkward. I got your child here. One time a mom, she had like five kids with her, and she left with all the kids except for the smallest one, which
Oh
was what
no.
which was her only kid. Like she was watching her sister's kids or whatever. And then her kid was just holding a toy that he wanted her to buy. Like he went back for it or something. And so like, I
Hmm.
looked back in the camera and I saw that she left. And I was like, I really hope they come back before I have to call CPS.
You're like, oh God.
And she
Is that
came
what
back.
you do? You just call CPS?
Uh, After a while, I mean, like we try to find the parents first. So I went in the video and I saw that the mom left. And then I was like looking around. I was like, please come back. Please be back.
You're like, I don't want
Because
to deal with this thing.
well, CPS is like I've had to call CPS twice. And it's hours and hours.
Yeah. Well,
You,
yeah, there's not a whole lot of agents.
yeah, you have to wait for them. There's a ton of paperwork that you have to do. Um, the couple of times that I did have to call CPS, it probably was a good call. One time it was like these people that were living inside their car, and the mom had horrible infected herpes on her face. Well, there were two moms and then two babies, and then an old lady, which was their mom, and then an old man that was their dad that was also inside the truck. They all just smelled really horrible, and I felt really bad for
Sad.
them. Like they were homeless, but like those kids, it was freezing outside, and those kids
Yeah.
couldn't be like those kids needed a better situation. So I felt
Well,
bad
the
about
whole
that.
family needed a better situation, not just the children.
Well, yeah,
Just
but
because adults make mistakes doesn't mean they don't deserve housing.
I agree
Is
with
this
that.
where we already are starting to fight?
No, no, actually, I agree with that.
Housing is a human right, okay?
I agree with that. But at the same time, it's we have like if you have to take care of somebody, you have to pick the kids over the adults because you kind of have a slight expectation to be able to take care of yourself where kids don't have that.
Right.
So you do prioritize children, I think.
Sure. But you don't think that they were prioritizing, like, what else? It doesn't sound like they were really in a position to take care of anyone, but they tried, like, it's not like they left the kids outside.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure that they were loving parents. I just don't think they were capable parents.
There's a lot of people that are not capable parents.
Yeah, I agree. I know there was a kid that I went to high school I didn't go to high school with him. He lived across the street from me. His parents just grounded him all the time
Because they
because
didn't know what to do with them.
well, no, because like they just didn't want to deal with him. So
Yeah.
he would ground it. And then my mom talked to him and my mom talked to his mom. Like they were trying to become friends. And my mom,
Hmm.
like after like a few conversations with his mom, my mom's like, don't go near those people. Don't go inside their house. You can hang out with Johnny outside or over here, but don't go in their house anymore.
Is that his real name?
Yeah, but I won't say his last name. Johnny's too common of a name,
Yeah.
and it's fine. Um, but yeah, his name was Johnny, and he lived across the street from us. But yeah, so apparently his mom was talking to my mom, and then she's like, I just knew that he came out evil. So we discipline him harder
Oh,
because
sick.
and then my mom like heard that, and my mom's like, stay away from them. Like don't go
That's
near.
some Andrea Yates shit right there.
Yeah. So my mom's like, just stay away from them. And his dad was fucking horrible. Like he knew he was in trouble whenever his dad was home, and it wasn't because he did anything. His dad would just always be yelling at him, and his
Poor
mom would always be
guy.
grounding him.
Is he okay? He got out?
I haven't heard from him in years.
What if he's
Uh,
dead?
maybe I'll look him up. I'll I'll look him up right now. All right, Selena, what's another topic that we can talk about? I I didn't mean to get on that
Um,
one.
I don't know. You sent me a lot of videos about basically like people when they're dating, what expectations they have as far as like who's paying for dates and
Oh, okay,
like who
yeah,
pays
that's what I
for
was looking
what.
for on TikTok. Yeah,
To me, I don't re like if you're a like a woman who wants your date to pay for everything, I think that's perfectly fine. But I think you need to have that discussion before you start like you can't expect people to do that and not tell them that's what you expect. And then be mad at them that they're not delivering. Like I think people, I don't know. It's also different because I'm like, I think gay dating is just kind of, it's just very different from straight dating. You kind of go really deep, really quickly and not in like a, I mean, yes, in a sexual way, but also not in a sexual way. Where it's like you have to figure out, you do some trauma bonding, right? You do some light trauma bonding about homophobia in your town and whether
yeah,
or not your parents hate you. And then uh, you know, you have relations about 4 or 5 times, and then you move in together. That's gay dating.
yeah. I heard a joke a long time. Tell me if this is offensive. What does the lesbian bring to her second date?
A U-Haul.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's either a U-Haul or like 4 cats,
yeah.
which is
Um,
like lesbians are dog people, but okay.
yeah,
No, I mean, I just think like people need to be, that's the problem I think with like monogamy and like straight people dating is like you just have to be honest about things and they're like, no, because then you lose the mystery. And it's like, it doesn't, your dating doesn't have to be a mystery. Your relationship doesn't have to be some weirdo freak mystery. Like, just tell people what you want. And if they cannot deliver, do not date that person.
gentlemen, this is why you do not take dating advice from a girl right here. Women will say what they want, but actually want something completely different.
Well, then women need to not lie about it.
Okay, you need to keep mystery. The own okay,
I mean,
dating,
I'm not saying fart on your date's mouth the first time you meet them, but if there are things that you
never go
want,
ask them out.
express them.
Um, yes. If there's something that you want, I agree, express it. But if it's weird, wait for the third date. Um, wait till they're in too deep.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Wait till they introduce you to their parents before you start telling them about your weird foot stuff.
No, I
So
think foot
it's
stuff
too
has
late
to
for
come
them to
before
leave.
parents.
Nah, it's too late. You gotta wait till it's too late for them to get away.
I mean,
Tell them you can only get hard during an Alanis Morissette songs
no,
after
I don't. I mean, I don't want to do foot stuff with somebody if they like haven't met my mom.
that. So be like, all right, we can finally do foot stuff. Nice to meet you, Mrs.
Yeah,
I was gonna say your last name, but Miss the comedian.
Miss the comedian, Miss whatever with a Z.
Yeah, Mrs. I I don't like it when girls meet my family because I feel like they think that it's more serious than I want it to be.
Well, then you need to be honest with these girls and be like, hey, just because you're meeting my family, it doesn't mean I'm like in love with you or whatever.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing is like I think girls more so girls than guys. I think guys do this too sometimes. They have this like idea of like how many dates equal this, how many dates equal that. And
Stupid,
I think that I think that's like bad
dumb.
because like you don't know first off like what if you and a person would be nice together but you guys have really busy schedules at that time and you have to take things slow just because of your busy schedules.
Right.
Or
I mean, I think people just need to stop creating rules around dating that are so like, we have to do this by this date. And if you haven't told me you love me by 6 months in, then I don't know if you'll ever love me. It's just all of it is stupid.
yeah,
I'm gonna lay down on the floor temporarily just because my back hurts really bad, but I'm still here.
okay. I will
I can
make
hear
this
you.
work.
I'll throw my hands up occasionally.
All right, this is new. I'm actually right next to my bed.
It's really bad. It's bad.
Do you have any lidocaine patches or anything?
No,
Order lidocaine patches. They're on Amazon. They're really good. I use them for my back.
I don't have any money.
Yeah, it's all those guitars that you have.
That's like a better visual, I think.
Yeah, it's better than my Mimikyu and Yamper.
Yeah. Okay.
So so anyway, Selena is here.
I
You're
am
just
here.
tuning into the podcast. She
But
is just
there's my foot. I'm still here.
all right. For you foot people out there, there's her foot. Anyway,
Feet. Hey, that to the guy on Twitter that's trying to buy my feet pics, there's a free screenshot you can grab right there.
hey. Now, anyway,
Do you want to talk about the guy who's trying to buy my feet pics on Twitter?
there's a guy trying to buy your feet pics on Twitter.
Well, okay, so we went to Vegas, right? And the car was fine. We're about to leave, and then all these lights come up, like on the dash, and we take it to a mechanic, and they're like, "There's actually no oil in your car." So I had to get fresh oil when I was there, and I brought it to the dealership, or my wife brought it to the dealership earlier today, and they called me about like, I don't know, 5:30, and they were like, "Yeah, you have to get this and this and this done. It's like $2,000." And I spent a lot of money um in Las Vegas, and my credit card is nearly maxed out. So now I'm trying to sell feet pics online.
Oh, I was like, did the mechanic ask for feet pics? I was wondering where the story was going.
No, if the mechanic asked for feet pics, that would be way easier. My car would have been fixed by now. But no, this man is wanting my feet pics, but he wants me to like text him from my personal phone number, take a screenshot that I'm texting his numbers, and then DM him that screenshot, and then DM him a screenshot of the DM, or no, text him a screenshot of the DMs to that number. It's this whole thing.
Dang.
He's like, "How do I know that you're trustworthy?" I was like, "How do I know you're not gonna find me and murder me, my dude?"
Yeah, that's a good point.
He's like, "Well, I don't like when people are not trusting of me. Why would I trust you?
Yeah.
You're a sicko who wants feet pics. But if you still want them, sir, or anyone out there listening, I will email them to you or send them to you via Snapchat or Instagram for reasonable prices. I'm also selling used underwear if that's your thing.
I think the used underwear thing is the thing that I never got. Did you know that in China or either China or Japan, I can't remember. I think it's China. You can buy women's used underwear from vending machines.
How do I get in contact with the vending machine people to sell my used underwear? I will ship it to China. I will learn Mandarin.
I I mean like if we can both get in on that, I mean if that's if that makes more money than the podcast, I will be upset.
I mean, it probably would, not because the podcast is not as good as feet pics, but because people, I think, jerk off to feet pics more than they do podcasts, unfortunately.
Yeah, sex sells.
Always.
I um I have I have a friend that does OnlyFans and she told me that how much she makes and she's not like a top creator or anything.
How much does she
And
make?
she makes close to 30 grand a month.
Jesus Christ, that's more money than I make in a year and a half.
Yeah, that's like when I had a really good job,
So does she do like, what kind of videos does she do?
um like sex stuff. Like I don't know,
Yeah, but
like
that could mean a lot of things. Is she just like doing weird poses? Is she using
well Like
boys? Does she
I've
go do requests or does she just
I've
like,
never gone to her OnlyFans. Like it's weird.
well, can you ask her?
Okay, I will ask her.
Or just
Oh,
tell her to text me and I have a list of, let's interview her on the show.
okay. I'll
Content.
she's
Can
actually
you
already
still hear
agreed
me?
for an interview, so we'll interview her on the show.
Okay, cool. Can you still hear me?
Yes, of course I can hear you.
Okay.
Like I'm responding to you.
Well, I just want to make sure it still sounds okay.
It sounds
I feel
okay.
like I keep moving.
Yeah. Um, so
I'm
what
not
happened to your
feeling too
back?
relaxed. I
Was it
don't, I
dancing?
just,
Was it dancing with all the children in the when we were young?
yeah,
Was it you acting like you were still young?
yeah. And I am aggressively not.
Yeah.
And well, it was like, and plus, like the whole time we were in Vegas, we were just like walking everywhere. So every day I was getting like 20,000 steps. And then my suitcase is like such a dumb lesbian thing. I just have a giant duffel bag. Like it has wheels, but it's really hard to pull. And I was just being so like stubborn and annoyed that I just pulled it with one arm the whole time, which is a dumb thing for me to do. Because now I want to die. My back hurts. It didn't hurt earlier. It just started hurting like an hour ago.
You need you need to get one of those rolling hard case suitcases. Like
I
that I
mean,
can
I
put
have one. I just wanted, so the one that I use like has my name sewn on it and it matches Kelsey's. And I was like, oh,
oh
let's
my
do our matching
God.
suitcases.
So
Yeah,
so you gave up your back just to
I
have a
did.
cute.
I did for those,
Okay.
and I didn't even take pictures, which I should like. If I would have done it for the gram, maybe it would have been worth it. But I just did it to like, I don't know, to be gay. It's like the
I
worst gay decision I've ever made.
I could give a crap about aesthetics if it just makes my life easier.
I
I
know.
use my
I should have just
grandmother's.
used my roller.
Yeah, my grandmother had a really nice pink one pink suitcase with like these weird like hearts all or flowers all over it. And she told me I could use it when I was like going on like a big trip. And I was like, fuck yeah, like it fits everything perfectly and I only had to take one bag. I had like that in my backpack and I was like, this is perfect. I was so happy to use it.
Yeah. I mean,
And
I also
all my
I
friends were
wasn't
clowning me.
sure. I wasn't sure if everything that I was packing was gonna fit in my roller, but I knew it would fit in the duffel. The duffel is like it seems slightly larger, but maybe it's not.
My brother's a great packer. My brother is like a professional packer.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a pretty good packer. It's just like when I'm about to leave and I don't want to fold all of my dirty clothes, that's when things get messy.
I want to be better at packing. I was watching a podcast with Chris Rock years ago, and he's like, "What's one thing that you'll tell young comedians?" He's like, "Get better at packing. Just bring the shit you need and nothing else." And
Yeah, that's good advice.
I was like, "No comedy advice or anything." And he's like, he's like, pack as little as you can.
He's not like practice and stay true to yourself. He's like, don't pack a bunch of shit on the road.
Yeah. So I was like, "All right, I need." I was like, if I want to be a good comedian, I need to pack better.
And then
So
you'll be selling out theaters. That's what's holding you back, dude.
yeah, no,
Because
I'm a
you're
bad.
shitty at packing. That's what's holding all of us back.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling all the young comedians that watch this. It's like like three pairs of underwear, two pairs of pants, two shirts. That's a weekend. Okay?
3 pairs of underwear?
Yeah, you always bring an extra pair of underwear for
Oh, okay.
emergencies.
Sure.
Always bring an extra pair.
I guess I don't really have a lot of underwear related emergencies.
I don't, but I don't want to on the road. Although
That's a good
underwear is the
point.
easiest to buy. Like you
Right?
can,
Like you could buy underwear at like a Walgreens.
yeah, you could buy underwear anywhere. But at the same time, I prefer to have an extra pair of underwear. Like you have your extra pair of underwear, you have your extra pants. A dude typically doesn't need to change unless like he's getting dressed up. But I've never had a show that had a dress code. I usually bring a button-down shirt with me if I'm on the road or if it's like something nice. If it's a nice venue, I'll bring a button down with me so I can kind of look presentable, but that's about it.
Yeah, I mean that was the other thing. Like when we were in Vegas, I did like at least 2 outfits a day.
Oh
So
yeah,
I had like a more casual daytime look, and then I was trying to like dress nicer
oh
for nighttime, even though we didn't really actually stay out that late very much just because it was so like I was just tired. Like I don't want to walk anymore.
uh dude, I was drinking I did not want to go to sleep. I was like there's always something to do when I was in Vegas, so I was like drinking Red Bulls like crazy. And then I just passed
Yeah.
out. I would
I mean
pass out at 5,
I
wake up
sure
at
I would
noon.
have been like that if like if I wasn't waking up so early. But because I was waking up every day at like 8 or 9,
Oh,
it's just really early. Plus it was like trying to reverse my usual sleep schedule.
yeah, I'm more of a night owl.
Yeah. I mean if I went there and kept the same schedule that I have now, I would have been up all night just like partying and being an idiot. But
Well, yeah, you can just wander around. It's actually super fun, like, cause like I was wandering around about like 4 or 5 a.m. and a lot of places were kind of empty, but still open and sort of stirring a little bit, and that was kind of fun. Um,
yeah, I did kind of want to see that and then like also see the kind of people that were still out at that time.
it's kind of depressing. Like those people just gave up on everything, but like they're just on slots. They give up on their body. They give up on like clothes. They'll be like wearing sweatpants and a shirt they got for free at like
For gambling away $10,000. They're like, but I got this free
yeah,
shirt though, dog.
it's like a souvenir shirt that nobody bought, so they just gave it to them. Like it's like light blue or teal that no color that people wear on purpose. Two sizes too big.
Highlighter yellow.
Yeah. And then like they're wearing sunglasses because like they want the machine to not see their poker face. Like I don't get it, and it makes me a little sad. But then also I told you that I got hit on. Well, I don't know if it counts as being hit on. A hooker was talking to me, and I thought that I was being hit on.
I don't think that's being hit on. I don't think
Yeah,
that counts. I
yeah.
think she's just that's like a sales pitch. That's what happened to you. You
Well,
got pitched.
okay, there were two separate times where girls offered themselves to me. Um, each time I said no because
You didn't
I
ask how much first?
one of the girls just straight up told me her prices.
What was it?
She told okay, so she told me I think it was like 150 an hour and then 300 for 2 hours or something like that, to go up to my room and stuff like that. So this is what happened.
Were you by yourself?
When I met her, yeah. So we went to a club called Club Light and T-Pain was performing
Oh yeah, dude.
and we got a table. We got a bottle and just paying for the bottle gets you a table, but bottles are fucking expensive. So
Uh-huh.
we got the cheapest bottle, but we still got a really nice table. And then we were just getting drinks all night. But then I went and wandered off by myself because it was my cousin, his wife, his cousin, and his wife, and then their friend Juan, who's a buddy of mine, and then me. So like my date was Juan, so I just went to go wander around to see if I could find something else. And when the bartender at the far end bar, she was cute. So I went to order a drink from her just to like, I don't know, say something stupid and maybe charm her. But there were these two girls sitting at that bar there. Um, and it was an Asian girl who was talking to another man. I didn't get his name, but he looked like a John. That's a great joke that nobody gets. Um, and then the other girl started talking to me, and she was also very pretty. And then she was chatting with me and I was like, "Here, let me buy you a drink." So she ordered a drink. It was like $1 million. And she was laughing at everything I said. So I was like, "Man, dude, I'm fucking killing
I'm
it."
doing great, dude.
And then so she's like, "So what are you gonna do now?" And I was like, "We got a table over here if you wanna come hang out. And she's like, well, listen. And then she just gave me her rates. And I was like, oh. And then I just felt bad. I was like,
Like, oh, I thought we were like friend. No, not friends.
no.
Cool.
Like I
Is
thought,
it, how much is it to like just talk?
well, like she didn't charge me just to chat with her right then. But I
No,
think
like how
like
much is it to continue the conversation?
yeah, like just to hang out with her,
Can
I
you
think
just
was
tell
like,
me like if this is a good chat up line or not? Like, can you help me with women? Because
yeah. Are you asking me? Are you saying for her?
for her, you
Oh,
ask
yeah.
her that.
No, like
I
it
don't need
was
help. I'm fine.
well, you're married. So
Yeah.
you've already get it's your lost cause. Anyway, no, she was telling me that
I never need to talk to a woman again.
you never have to. No. Um, unfortunately, I still have to talk to
Oh,
women.
Jesus.
Anyway, women are the worst.
I elbowed the desk.
Oh no. Just keep
It's
re-injuring
fine.
yourself.
It's made of metal.
So pretty soon Selena is just gonna be broken everywhere. She's gonna
Mm-hmm.
blame this podcast.
We get workers home.
Yeah, because we pay into that. But anyway, yeah, like her rates were just to hang out and talk. It was $100 an hour, but I had to get 4 hours or something, I think. So it'd be $400 for her to hang out with me the rest of the night. And then if we were gonna do anything after, it would be $200 an hour or something like that. I forget how she said it. Like she was using a lot of words really quickly. And
And a
the
lot of them
second
just
that
trying
like
to
she started,
confuse you.
and the
That's
second
an
she's
old sales technique. Just talk
yeah,
fast.
yeah, just talk fast, and then just tell them a number at the end of the night, and they feel like they have to pay it. Um, and then but also like I was a little bit in shock that I was like, oh shit, this is a prostitute. I've only heard about you guys on TV. I've only seen you get arrested on cops. I didn't know you guys were real. And but yeah, she was also very pretty, so she would have been worth
Well,
the
you
money,
should
I'm
have
sure.
paid 150. Yeah.
I still to this day I've
Sounds
never
like she
paid.
was good at her job.
Nah, the pretty ones never are. Pretty
No,
ones
they
don't
just
try hard enough.
I've heard that a lot actually. What is it? Trixie Mattel, who's a drag queen, she says hot people doesn't mean they're good in bed. Ugly people doesn't mean they deserve to live, which I really love.
Yeah, well, like they're gonna try harder. Like they don't get it every day.
Yeah.
It's like
You
it's
have to have like a personality and skills and stuff when you're not really good looking, which is why I'm not good at anything because I'm just so uh intimidatingly good looking, you know.
yeah. Um, I
On a
remember.
scale of 1 to attractive, I'm up there, dude.
Yeah, no, nobody would expect anything from you.
People generally don't, but it's because I pretend to be an idiot.
Yeah, no, that's the best way to live life. Like people stop asking you to do laundry.
Yeah, yeah,
They're
yeah.
like,
People just stop asking you for things when they think you're really stupid.
yeah, it's smarter than they think. Sometimes the smartest person is the one that just seems like an idiot.
I'm playing the game, dude. You don't know.
It's like you only like I've broken my mom's washer 2 times, and I've broken the dishwasher once. Not been
On
asked to do.
purpose?
No, the
On
dishwasher for
accident?
sure was not. I was on accident. I always overstuff the washer, and it seems to break. So
Oh.
it's kind of my fault, but I don't actually do it on purpose. But I have not been asked to to do any of that shit in forever. And life
I
is
feel
good.
like that's such a dude thing is to just like purposely be bad at chores so you don't have to do them anymore.
Yeah, take my advice, guys. Just don't do shit right, and they stop asking you. It becomes cheaper to just do it themselves. Yeah, take advice from me, guys. Everything's easier if you suck at it. Ignorance is bliss. Look at Selena is silently judging
Just
me right now.
don't help your family at all. Don't help your family, don't help your girlfriends, don't
Yep.
help anyone.
Like offer to help, and they'll be like, no, 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 no. You're gonna fuck it up. No. And then just go sit down and watch TV. Easiest thing in the world. So what else we got on the docket? Um, but yeah, I think it's okay if guys pay for the first date. Um, but yeah, if it's a lady, if it's somebody that just wants you to pay for everything and doesn't want to do anything, that person sucks. Don't stay with that person.
I
Um,
mean, I don't know. I think it depends because there are a lot of guys that still like want that in relationships. Like they want to provide everything and have a woman to stay at home and take care of them and blah blah blah. I just think you have to know like I just think you both have to agree to it.
well, my thing is like I think it's like equal work. So if you're staying home, like whether you think it's sex, like there was a girl, she's like, it's sexist that I have to do all the housework. And I was like, yeah, but you don't have a job. If the guy has a job, then the girl should do most of the housework. Like the guy should help with some of the housework, but the girl should do most of the housework if the guy has a job.
I
Because that
don't
would
agree
be
with that either. I think it's about what you like. If you say, okay, I'm not working, so I will do the housework, then that's cool. But don't just you can't just expect somebody to do all the housework if they don't have a job. Because what if they're shitty at it?
they you got to get better at it. Like
Some people just don't have the skill set. That because being an effective cleaner is like you have to have attention to detail. You have to have endurance. You have to have
I don't have to have that
like
much endurance.
I mean, there's how long do you want to scrub the floor with your hands?
I don't have to there's mops. I've never scrubbed the
Yeah, but
floor.
if there's grout, you have to kind of get in there with like a toothbrush or something.
No, there's mops.
You don't clean very well.
Isn't that what mops are for?
Yeah, but okay, if you have tile in your bathroom, are you gonna mop the tile?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're just reiterating your previous point that you're bad at cleaning.
Yeah, but like I'll do some of the housework and stuff, but like if I had a wife, I would assume if I had a wife that stayed home, mind you, I would assume that she would do most of the housework and I
That's
would
the problem. You would assume. Don't
what
assume things.
well like what's she doing? Like is she just watching TV all day and
Yeah,
I'm
maybe she's on her OnlyFans, dude. Maybe she's making
okay,
you
then
extra money
if
on
she's making extra
OnlyFans.
money, then yeah, her and I can split the chores. Did you hear Andrew Tate's take on that?
I don't want to hear anything about that man.
All right. I think Andrew Tate is hysterically bad. Like he'll say I had a friend show me some Andrew Tate videos where he was saying things that were relatively reasonable, but I was like, no, but like he says way worse shit than that. He'll say
Right.
some reasonable things to kind of get you on his side, and then once you start following him, you'll see all this insane shit that he posts, and you'll be like, well, he was so reasonable about the other stuff. Maybe this is reasonable too, and it's not that reasonable.
No. No, that's the thing is like people are like they have such narrow ideas of like this is a good person, this is a bad person. But sometimes perfectly good people say the worst things in the world, and sometimes perfectly bad people say like a decent thing.
Well, yeah, like nobody is a wrong
No
100% of
one.
the time. Like I'm sure that you can
Except for
find,
you.
well, yeah, but I mean, like let's be real. Most people, like I'm sure you can find something that Hitler said that
No,
like okay,
no,
Hitler's a bad ex no, but like there's
no.
probably one thing that Hitler said.
I'm trying to help you, dude. No.
Okay. Okay, this is like one of those things that
Now we're
somebody
gonna go viral for you being like weirdly anti-Semitic.
no,
Just
this is one of those things where people are going to be like, he said Hitler said something right. No, it's like out of all the things Hitler did, I'm sure that there's something there that, like the Jew stuff, the Holocaust, the mustache, all that was bad.
the mustache.
All that was bad.
Top three worst things Hitler ever did: the Holocaust, that mustache.
and the Volkswagen Beetle. So yeah. I think I made it clear. Hitler's not a good person. Okay, well, I'll I'll go the other way. Mother Teresa, generally thought of as a good person.
She was actually super racist
She did, yeah, she said
against
and did
the Indian people, right?
um yeah, the Indian
Dark,
people, yeah.
yeah, dark skinned Indians.
Yeah, and then she was very mean to the women and the nuns that were underneath her. Um Borderline, I think physically abusive at times.
I mean, if
Um
she's just mean to the nuns underneath her, maybe she's just a power top. She's a
Maybe.
dom. That's what.
Speaking of gay terms, I had a weird
Yeah,
com
what did you get in trouble for?
um well, like, it wasn't so much I got in trouble. It's just that a friend of mine thought I was an idiot, like a friend of a friend. So
Because you are.
we were
Continue.
talking about, so I think I made a gay joke, like not a gay joke, like derogatory. I made a joke implying that I may be gay earlier on when I was talking about watching Idris Elba movies and stuff like that.
Okay.
Um and then so our mutual my brother and my mutual trans friend was like, "What team did you play for? Or do you play for?" And I seriously thought that he was talking about baseball
Uh-huh.
because I played baseball for years. And we were talking about baseball. We were talking about me specifically playing baseball just earlier. So he's like, "What team did you play for? Or do I play for? Or whatever." So I was like, "I don't play for any team right now." And then he asked me, "Are you an ace?" And I was like, "I've never pitched before. I only played mostly middle infield or outfield." And he's like,
I
"I
mean,
don't know what."
these are all terms that could reference like
Yeah, these
it
are all.
all tracks. These all
Yeah,
mean things.
yeah. But I was like, I mostly played middle infield and outfield. And he's like, "I don't know what is the guy? What does that mean exactly?" And I was like, "What do you mean? What does that mean?" I mean, like, I played middle infield mostly, but then in college I played mostly outfield. And then he's like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "What are you
What are
talking
you
about?"
talking about?
And then so he was just started laughing at me. And he's like, "Do you even know what an ace is?" And I was like, "A
Yeah,
really
it's a
good
good
pitcher."
baseball player.
I was like, a top pitcher. Like, I've never pitched before. And he was like, "Did you catch?" And I was like, "I've caught like one game in like Little League." And he's like, "You have no idea what I'm talking about." And I was like, "No." And then he was like, he and this other guy just started laughing their asses off. And then so I was like looking around, I was like, and then like they just kind of wandered off and he's like looking up. So I asked you, I was like, what is ace? Is ace a gay term? Like, what does that mean? And you're like, it means asexual. And I was like, okay. When I said I didn't play for any team, he thought it meant
Yeah,
that I meant I was asexual. But
yeah.
like, there wasn't, like, it was out of nowhere then that he was like asking me if I was gay or straight, I guess. Or, like, what team do I play for? He was asking
Yeah,
me,
maybe he should have just straight up asked you,
but
penis or vagina, which one do you want? Dick or no dick?
I was like, I still might have asked neither right now. I'm I'm having a bad week. But yeah, so that happened, and then so everybody was making, so him and his buddy were clowning on me. So I asked you, and you're like, it means asexual. And I was like, how did that fucking mean a all right. I was like, I'm not asexual, I'm straight. I'm straight, but
It would have
uh
been funny if you'd been like, I'm not asexual, I'm gay. I mean, I'm straight.
yeah. I mean, like, I like women. They don't like me, but that doesn't mean I'm not straight. What is it when women don't like you? Is it still straight? Yeah, okay.
What does that mean?
Yeah. But so we were looking up a bunch of, there are a lot of, oh, by the way, I looked up Johnny just now on Facebook. He's fine.
Uh-huh. Okay, good.
I think he's married. I just sent him a friend request. We have a few mutual friends.
Good. I hope he's a better parent than his parents were.
Me too. Um, so I was looking up some racial slurs, mostly because I've gotten in trouble for a few in the past that I just didn't know were racial slurs.
Uh-huh.
Um, I remember I was a kid and I watched Grosse Point Blank, and they were referred to a spook as a CIA spy. They referred to a spy as a spook.
Yeah.
So I wrote a spy novel referring to CIA agents as spooks,
Hmm.
and I got in trouble for putting racial slurs in there. And my teacher was understanding. He was like, I know it means that too, but it also means this, and I can't let you turn it in like this. So I was like, okay. So I had to rewrite. Well, I just had to change a few things. So, and then it's kind of weird. So I was like, well, there should be a list. And you're like, there is one on Wikipedia, and there is one. They got
Yep.
everything to the point where calling someone flip is racist, and you wouldn't think that.
Lip.
A flip. It's for a Filipino person.
Oh.
I had a friend
I
whose nick
don't so I don't know if the term um Pinoy is racist. I don't think that it is, but it
P
also refers to a Filipino person.
Pinoy. All right. I'll give you something. I'll give you an interesting one here in a minute. Let me look up Pinoy real fast. I'm not finding it. A peckerwood. I didn't know peckerwood was racist. I just thought it was
It's
like
like
just a
racist
mean.
for white people, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
racist for white person thing for particularly a poor rural white person or trailer trash. Um, and
It is a
then
fun thing to say.
yeah, peckerwood.
Yeah.
Um, and then so this one, so there's also some interesting histories with some of these. So
Uh-huh.
a paddy is an Irish person. A
Yes.
paddy wagon
Is
had
a car full of Irish people.
so a paddy wagon
It's a
is
cop car.
is a cop car
Yeah.
because in New England all the cop cars were full of paddies or Irish people. And then um but in 1798 um paddy wagons were meant to round up Irish people from England and take them back to Ireland.
Oh, sad.
So paddy wagons is a
No,
racial
no
slur
good.
for Irish people twice in history for two different reasons. Once because they used to round up uh Irish people and take them back to Ireland, and then the other one was because Irish people were always fucking cops. So yeah,
Yeah, no good.
that one that one I think is uh kind of funny because it like this paddy wagon was there twice. Um so a poncho, you know what that's for?
A Mexican.
Yeah, that's a Mexican. Um particularly someone who has fully assimilated into white culture.
So you
Yeah.
got it.
And then
I feel fully prepared to use that in context. This is not real drugs. This is fake drugs.
okay.
This is prop drugs.
I at an EDM concert somebody gave me a vape and they didn't tell me that it had drugs in it. And then the chain smokers started sounding good.
That's that's mean. Excuse me. It's mean that
Like
they would give you drugs and not tell you that it's drugs.
the only bad part was that I had to, I had to drive home and I forgot how mirrors worked.
Oh, I think you told me that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
I was looking in the rearview mirror and I was like, like if the cars are going away from me in the mirror, does that mean they're coming towards me in real life? And I couldn't figure it out, so I just got out of the car and I was like, fuck that shit. I'm going home. I'm calling an Uber. And seriously, I was that fucked up and I was still the least fucked up of my friends. My cousin got out of the car, he looked around and he's like, "Where's the hotel?" And I was like, "You didn't realize the car didn't move?" He's like, "Where's the hotel, man?" It's like, "We
Yeah,
didn't."
that's generally what happens to me when like I don't like to do other people's drugs, especially in a public place. I just want to do my own drugs. I will share my drugs, but I don't want to Whatever you have, I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Um, so this is one that my brother.
Hold on.
What are we looking at?
No, my just my wife is like singing, but she has headphones on,
Oh,
so I don't hear the music. I just hear her singing.
all
And I
right.
was like, is she being attacked right now?
Oh, that reminds me. Have you ever watched All in the Family?
Uh-uh.
There's a great line where his wife Edith is singing to him. She's like, "I love you, true," and he's like, "You know you're singing, and I know you're singing, but the neighbor's liable to think I'm torturing you." All right, this is one that I
No, it's
found.
just it's not she doesn't sing badly. It was just kind of loud. She keeps doing like, hey, like expressions, and I'm just like, what's happening?
That's funny. Um, so this is one that I found recently. Um, that it bothers me because this is a nickname that I gave my little sister, which is Pancake. That's an Asian person thing, but I did not know that that
What
was
does that mean?
a pancake is for an Asian person because they have
Why
a
is that for because
because
they
they
have
I guess a
flat butts?
flat face, flat butt, maybe. It doesn't actually say why for
It
this
just
one.
says that's what it means.
And this one right here was written right next to that, so I wrote it down. A papoose is for a Native American child. I didn't know that was a racial slur. I thought that that's what you called baby Native American children. I didn't know that was racist or ethnic slur. Um,
Ethnically insensitive.
maybe, but I just thought that like they all called them all papooses. Um, oh yeah, and some of these are fucked up. Some of these like are so fucked up that I'm like surprised that anybody thought of them. Um, I don't want
You're
to
like, how
go.
did they come up with that?
Yeah, I don't want to go. I don't want to go into them just because like I don't want to add to the thing. I just think that there's some that are silly that somebody might accidentally say and get in trouble for. Um, so a grease ball or a greaser is for a Southern European, Italian, or Hispanic person, a grease ball or a greaser. But
I knew
greaser,
that.
yeah, but greaser I thought was like a cool thing to call somebody.
I mean, I
Um,
think it's like it's context, you know?
yeah, probably context. Like I don't
Like
think
if you call
anybody,
somebody like a grease ball or something, that's a little bit racist.
well, like I think that if you're
But
referring
if
to
you're
their
like, that
ethnicity,
greaser is funny, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't want to get in trouble.
that greaser is well, like greasers was cool. Like there was the movie Grease. Um,
Exactly.
there was that fucking movie with Thomas Hayden Church and Matt Dillon. Um, and there were a couple other funny ones on here. But there, like, here's my problem is like I don't like that we let those stay there, right? A
What do
cabbage
you mean?
eater.
Stay where?
Well, like so, um, like pancake, for instance.
Uh-huh.
Pancake shouldn't mean something forever. If like somebody calls you that derogatorily, that's the only time
I really
that
thought pancake was just in reference to like somebody who had a flat butt.
yeah, that I mean like if you're saying you're a pancake because you have a flat butt, that's one thing. But like yeah, like and then like sometimes say like the word spastic gets edited out of songs
Oh,
as
yeah.
because it's
Yeah,
not
I mean, I understand the impulse to edit it out of a song. I wouldn't do it because I don't think, I don't know. I feel like if you're calling someone because spazzing doesn't always mean that you have like Tourette's or whatever. Sometimes
yeah.
you're just being really erratic.
Yeah, and over here it doesn't mean anything, but in England it does. So they've
So
edited
why
video games,
like
they've edited songs. Beyonce edited a song and Lizzo edited a song because they contain the word spastic.
yeah, I don't
And
know. Honestly, but it just reminds me of that Black Eyed Peas song that they edited to
Let-
mean let's get it started.
yeah, because it was let's get retarded, and then it was let's get it started. And I'm surprised let's get retarded ever got anywhere.
Right?
I'm
Like
speaking
it's
in
still out.
context with
Like
words.
nobody has ever canceled the Black Eyed Peas. That's because the song is a bop.
Yeah,
Because the song slaps so hard.
yeah. Like every time I hear
That's
it, I was
to
like,
me that's
and
like
there's
it's like
just
the same.
running,
It's the
running, and
yeah.
running
I'm like,
before we
oh
get to
shit.
yeah. I was like, it's about to start. Let's get, and then you're like, it's about to happen. Um,
Let's get canceled on Twitter.
yeah. I don't think. I personally think that. Well, like, there's like a point that
I
we
mean,
decide something's offensive
yeah.
before we decide we should stop using it. And like it's not always like, hey, it's offensive, and then everybody gets the memo. And then we have
Yeah.
to stop using it.
Yeah, I
And
mean, it's the same thing we always talk about. Like, there has to be room for forgiveness. And also, if the joke is funnier than that word is offensive, I'm okay with it. So, like, if the
yeah,
song goes harder than the joke is offensive, I'm
yeah.
okay with that. But, it's not my community, so I can't really speak for that. But if somebody, like, if somebody's just calling me a dyke or whatever, I'm gonna be, because I guess, kind of upset, unless they're like, hey, let's give that dyke some money, or hey, let's give that dyke a new car. Hey, you go ahead and let that dyke cut in line. I'm gonna be like, thank you so much.
Um,
I appreciate it. Let's write that
well,
dyke a $20,000 check. Please, I am that dyke. Please.
okay, so how about this? How about this? If like somebody's like, well, like it's a context too. Like if somebody says Dick Van Dyke, nobody cares, right? Because
Right.
that's the guy's name. Or so the kid that put his finger in a dike to keep the water
Dutch
from
boy.
the Dutch boy.
That's also
That
consequentially
dirty
what
little
you
Dutch
call
boy.
somebody. That's what you call somebody who's like a guy who's only friends with lesbians. It's like the inverse of a like a fag hag is a Dutch boy
Oh,
because he wants to put his finger in the dike.
oh, I get it.
Yeah.
You should hear my stepmom say the word baguette. It's bad.
Why?
It sounds bad. A baguette is a French.
It's a
Uh,
piece of bread.
it's a bread. Yeah, it's like a hard piece of bread with soft insides. They're very delicious. Usually French bread, and they're called
I don't
baguettes.
think people don't know what baguettes are.
Okay, just in case.
Okay. Should we do like gay slurs? I'll do
Okay.
lesbian slurs since I can say all these. Okay, so baby butch, which is a young boyish lesbian, which is how you could kind of describe my wife, I guess.
Okay.
Baby dyke is a younger, recently out lesbian. Cool. Bean flicker, we've all heard that. This is the one that I like. It's a BOI boy instead of BOY boy, which just means a boyish lesbian, which is usually what I tell people my wife is. She's like a BOI boy.
Okay.
Um, of course, we all kind of know bull dyke.
We all do. I've never heard that.
You've never heard the term bull dyke?
Bold egg?
She's
No.
like a really masculine lesbian. You should not refer to somebody that way, but I can.
You can.
Yeah,
What if it's
let's
like
see.
literally a bowl? Well, there wouldn't be a gay bowl.
It's bull, like a bull, like the
Yeah.
word bullshit. Yeah.
That's what
Oh,
I
this
that's what
was
I
the
said, like
one.
a bowl.
This is the one that I like. Kiki. It was a term used primarily in the 40s until the 60s to indicate a lesbian who was not butch or femme and did not have a preference for either butch or femme partners. So that Drake song that's like Kiki, do you love me? I'm like,
Kiki.
no, because Kiki's a lesbian.
Oh yeah, that was a song that caused so many dumb fucking car accidents.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's the worst Instagram trend
Yeah.
ever.
Let's see. Lesbian until graduation, which is kind of funny, which is just like
College
it's
lesbian.
kind of similar to like a spaghetti girl. It's just, slippery when wet.
Ah. Oh.
Um, and then there's terms describing bisexuals. ACDC is a reference to swinging both ways.
Okay, I knew about that one.
That's funny. A Gillette blade is a 1950s term for bisexual women whose sexuality cuts both ways, or like a switch hitter, which kind of ties into your
Oh yeah, the baseball stuff. I've
yeah.
heard switch hitter. I've heard what team you play for and pitcher and catcher. Heard those ones.
It's just what is it? I think I told you my favorite is still like uh would you like to play a game of flats, which is a game only for girls because it's just means like, lesbians.
There was a I was watching a movie called The Piano years ago, I think. I think it was Piano. And then they referred to a gay person like this. They're like, "Is he
Uh-huh.
and I didn't know what that meant for years. I thought that that meant like, is he okay?
There's a comedian, I can't remember her name. She's on one of the Netflix, like the lineup or something, and she's like, my dad never wants to say the word gay. So he'll just be like, is your friend, is he, it's like, I don't, does he have Parkinson's? No, I don't know. He wiggles.
Is he a friend of Ellen?
Oh, it's actually a friend of Dorothy.
Oh, okay.
Like Judy Garland, who's like a big fat hag back in the day.
Oh, have
Or you
you?
could like if you were talking to like some generic lesbian, you would be like, "Hey, Ellen."
Oh, hey, Ellen, dance your way out of here. Um, uh, this is one that I heard was feminazi.
That doesn't have anything to do with being gay.
Or it doesn't?
It's no,
I thought it was
feminazis.
like a gay girl that was super
It's
into
just
women's rights.
it's like no, it's like a feminist Nazi.
Oh,
It's an amalgamation of those two words, or like a portmanteau if you don't if that's the term you prefer, I guess.
a port Portmanteau?
A portmanteau.
What's that?
It just means combination of two words.
Oh, all right. I'm glad I know that now. I'll defer.
Use it in a sentence.
That lady was not a feminazi that I called a feminazi.
It just means like a feminazi just means like a super vigilant feminist, I guess. Like
Ah,
a very
the ones that
aggressive. And it also can refer to like women who police feminism. Like, if you shave your legs, you're not a feminist.
oh yeah, if you pose topless, you're not a feminist. If
Yeah.
you work at Hooters, you're not a feminist. Yeah. Um, I remember that sign, "Women aren't decorations," and it pissed off all my friends that were Hooter girls. They're like, "We're not. We're. You're the one calling us decorations."
Right. You're like, I don't feel like a decoration. I
Like,
feel like I'm making money. That's what I feel like.
yeah, like I'm exploiting men for money. They're not exploiting me. That being said, yeah. Um,
I feel like we should make some kind of either drinking game or some kind of bingo card for people that listen to this podcast where it's like every time you mention
Hooters.
girls from Hooters.
I like Hooters a lot. That's my
Yeah. And
second
every
favorite
time I
place.
just flat out say that you're wrong.
All right. Every
And then
time.
try to survive the episode without getting alcohol poisoning.
Yeah. Well, like if it's just every time I say like, you will be dead by the end of the
I
episode.
really don't notice that you say it that much.
I don't notice it either. Other people notice it.
Really?
Yeah, my brother, I used to tell my brother, like, just tell me when I say like, so I stop saying it so much. And then he's like, and he'll start counting and it pisses me off. I was like,
I
stop
do
doing
not
that.
notice.
I don't like it when you do that. Um, the North Korean, so I recently become a pretty big K-pop fan, which is, I guess, weird for
Is
an
it?
adult male to be a K-pop fan. I
I mean,
guess
I
it is.
was.
Everybody else, my friends call me weird.
I mean, I don't know if that's because you're a K-pop fan. I think it's just because you're a strange dude
Yeah, that's what people tell me. I made a
who's
K.
never been a pitcher and only caught one time.
I only caught one time in Little League. and I didn't like it. My knees hurt too much. And then we're like, yeah,
That's about right.
yeah,
Yeah. That
that
makes sense.
yeah, that checks.
That tracks.
Um, yeah, yeah, I don't enjoy catching. All right. I haven't released the shirt yet, but we will have before this episode airs, we will have a limited edition Christmas
Grimace.
shirt, which is our logo with a Christmas guy. There'll be just a little bit more frills on it. I'm gonna release it before I release this episode. Links in the description. It's gonna be a limited release, so buy them now. Um, half the profits do go to a member of the LGBT committee, and half the members go to a disabled person.
Yeah, that's exactly how we would like to close out this episode.
Oh wait, is there
If
one?
you don't buy our merchandise, you are both homophobic and ableist. So check your privilege and send me money.
Okay, so before we go, we are going to talk about a horrible movie that Selena made me watch.
Oh yeah. Okay, okay. It is called The Last Laugh,
The Last
right?
Laugh, yes.
It's on Prime, Amazon Prime.
It was on. I found it for free on YouTube, and I managed to watch it on
Oh,
YouTube.
okay. It should be free. It's
It,
not it's not the best movie. So basically the premise is just like this guy finally gets what he thinks is gonna be like a big break for him. He's doing a show in a theater
a
for a
comedian.
comedian who's kind of a little bit of a washed up guy, but you know, it's fine.
Yeah, I
Those
mean, like,
guys come around, they do shows,
yeah.
and it's great, you know.
Sometimes it's great meeting those older comedians. Sometimes they'll
It's
put a
great
little
when they're
wisdom.
cool.
Yeah, a lot of times, sometimes they'll put some
Like,
wisdom on you,
yeah,
and then sometimes they'll be like, "Do you know who I am?" And they're like, "I Googled you before
that
this,"
sucks.
and you were 3 pages down
Yeah.
on Google.
I mean, because there's nothing wrong. Like, you don't have to be on Netflix because you're an older comedian. Like, if that's not the career path that you want, just be happy with what you have. I'm a firm believer in that. But
Yeah,
sometimes you'll meet an older comedian that, like, thinks they're a fucking celebrity. And it's like, none of us,
yeah,
like, if other comedians don't really know who you are, I don't know how much of a celebrity you are, but that's besides the point. So
yeah.
he's
Like
like opening for this guy.
I've had a guy tell me he's like, I toured with something Richmond, and I was like, who's that? And he's like, who's that? And I was like, I'm kind of a
Yeah,
comedy nerd.
who is it? Like,
Like, geez, I'm a bit of a comedy nerd if I don't know him. Shit.
it's maybe not that good, but that's beside the point.
That's beside the point. He was touring.
So
Yeah,
yeah, he wanted to get like he's doing this big stage thing. They're gonna film him. They're gonna submit it to blah blah blah, and then like somebody in that theater just keeps like literally murdering everyone.
yeah. And
Um,
so
and though
they
and he never like he keeps happening upon these dead bodies, but he doesn't tell anybody because he's so desperate just to do the show.
like so
That was
is
my
that
favorite part that he's like he doesn't give a shit about all these dead bodies piling up. He's like, can I
he's the
stop sweating and how can I get on stage?
yeah, so it's the movie starts with a guy at the beginning at this theater getting murdered, right? And you can't do anything about that one. So he gets murdered, fine, whatever. The guy finds his body, and then he's like, but it's showtime in 15, 20 minutes. Like it feels like the whole movie is just before showtime. Like it's like
Yeah,
5 minutes to air, like the whole
yeah.
time.
And he murders so many people.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, when you're doing a show in a theater, you kind of get there a few hours early just to like hang out and be like, oh, I'm in a theater. Oh, here's the green room, my dressing room.
Yeah. And then you kind
There's
of
a
meet the people.
toilet in
So like,
here. There's barely any poop on it. It's great.
it actually calms my nerves to be at the venue a little early.
Yeah.
Because if I'm like running late and then like I've just like rushed on stage, like I don't have time to like, so I would prefer to get there early too. I get that.
Yeah.
But I mean, like if I saw a dead body, I'd be like, you know what? We could do this another day.
Right. Like, I don't have to do the show. Like, sometimes the show must not go on.
Yeah.
In all other instances, I'm like, the show must go on. You got to do it.
Yeah. Like whether or not I'm vomiting, I'll be bleeding, I'll still go out there. But like I find one dead body, maybe I'm hallucinating. two dead bodies.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
Yeah,
Anything could have happened. That could have been a heart attack.
yeah. And seriously, the killer wouldn't have gotten away with it had he not, like, he stopped taking his meds. So maybe he thinks he's hallucinating, but the killer wouldn't have gotten away with it had he called the cops after the first dead body.
Right,
And
because the killer
like,
was still in the building.
yeah, and even though like the body disappeared from where it was, like the forensic, there'd still be forensic evidence.
So
Like,
do you think that um do you think that the person murdering was like a metaphor? Do you think it's like it's definitely a real person, right?
well, I think
But like I don't know, not do you think it was a metaphor? Like what do you think the person murdering is a metaphor for?
because in comedy, um, dying on stage means you did bad. If you
Right,
kill on stage means you did good.
right.
And
And he died.
he died on stage.
He got
And
murdered.
his last line was, "Who are you?" And then the guy reveals his face and he's like, "That's funny. That's really funny."
Yeah.
And then he dies, which I actually thought was a like that was
But you
funny.
don't we don't see the face, right?
You don't see the face. And almost every character in the movie died. The only survivors were the
The
shitty
agent.
the agent. No, the agent died.
The agent died?
Yeah, the agent died.
It's been a really long time.
Um, the redhead girl died.
Yeah,
The
yeah, yeah,
stage
yeah.
manager
Everybody
died.
that worked there died.
Pretty much everybody
The
who worked there.
sound guy.
The sound guy died, and then the girl, like, then like they're like the sound guy disappeared. You got to go do the sound now.
Do you think the killer was the headliner?
He's the only person
He's
that,
the only other character that we saw that didn't die.
yeah, but I don't know. Maybe it was
So
just the
is it like a
headliner,
metaphor for your dreams are dead?
or maybe the headliner was the only one that killed. He wasn't
Yeah.
washed up. I don't know. I don't know, but none of the kills were interesting. Like what
No, it was just like, oh, I got stabbed.
I'm
Ooh,
stabbed, I'm dead. The thing I like about slashers is sometimes they'll
lame.
do interesting kills, like the Freddy series. Uh, Fear Street on Netflix has some extremely really cool kills.
Yeah, yeah,
Fucking shoved a girl through a cake mixer,
yeah, yeah.
and um, so like that's kind of what you want out of a slasher. And all the people were just stabbed, and it wasn't interesting at all.
Not that exciting.
And then he could have even helped them, but like he just like I'm going crazy.
It just like let it happen.
I don't want to ruin my
I
big
don't know
break.
that it was so much that he was like not on his meds anymore and thought he was hallucinating as much as it was just like he was like, okay, but I need to do this show though.
And but here's something that I don't get about so many comedy movies. It's like somebody flips a switch and then they're all of a sudden good. Like he wasn't good when he was on his pills, flips a switch, and then all of a sudden he's good. All of a sudden he's
Right.
funny. Like I don't know if comedy works that way. Like
It doesn't. I think it's, because if they actually in real time did uh like outlined how it works, is that like you kind of start off with kind of the same material, you just eventually learn how to deliver it.
yeah. So you can like I've seen
So
comedians like
you it would
have
just be hearing the same guy do the same joke in 80 different ways until he finds the way that it works.
yeah. And then once they start kind of get that, they build off that.
Yeah.
Like when I first started, I only got some chuckles. Like it wasn't like the first joke that I wrote that was an actual like killer of a joke was probably a year into it. All my other
Yeah.
jokes were just okay. And then when I and then I went back and rewrote a bunch of my jokes
Right.
to be
That's
a
I
little
mean
bit
honestly,
faster and punchier.
yeah. And like when I have trouble writing new jokes, I just go back and look at really old premises and then I fix them and then I'm able to use them again. But I
Hmm.
think like I don't know, I never trust people that say that they did well from the beginning because then I think those people never really grew.
Either that or they're lying to themselves.
Yeah.
Um, like when I started, I saw some potential, but Yeah, it took me a long time before I felt like I felt comfortable even charging people. Um,
Right.
but yeah, like I feel like at least with my regular set, like that's ready for prime time. Like I wouldn't mind taking that onto like Letterman or whatever. He's that doesn't exist anymore. But I wouldn't mind taking that onto something. But
I'm so glad you wouldn't mind doing that. I'm so glad you wouldn't mind being on national TV.
well, my point is like it's not like
You feel comfortable with it. You're
I
confident
feel
in it.
comfortable with
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah, yeah.
set. But it took me a long time to get comfortable with that.
Right.
And then like let me show you some of the like let me show you where how bad jokes start off. Um Comedy Companion. It's a pretty good joke writing app when it works. And then I also have Listen Note where you can just you don't actually have to type anything. You just hit the speech button.
Hmm. And it types it for you. I
Yeah,
just text myself. That way I have a date.
that's kind of smart. This has dates on it too. I don't have any of these that I want to tell you guys about yet. All these are bad. There was one.
Never mind. Actually, this is not how you write a good joke.
Yeah, no, no,
Well, okay, so like here's an example. When I first started doing comedy, maybe like a few months in, I kept trying to make a joke about um yoga. And I could
yoga.
never figure it out. And then one day I was actually doing yoga and I figured it out. And it took me like 4 months. Like from the time that I came up with the premise that I wanted to do to the time that I actually found the punchline, it was 4 months. Now that's not every joke. Sometimes, they just kind of come to you fully formed. But I think that's mostly what, I don't know, this is maybe too much speculation, but that's kind of how I think a lot of comedy works is that like it's not that you're not funny, you just have to figure out how to be funny in front of people outside of the context of just like in a conversation. You have to figure out how to repeat the things that you've said that made people laugh
Yeah, because
in a way
like
that like makes sense to the audience.
yeah, because when I started, I was like, I'm really funny in just random conversations. That's gonna translate, and it doesn't
No,
necessarily.
it does not. Unless you do a lot of crowd work, which is difficult, especially in like the small towns that we're from, where there's like a lot of times there's not a crowd, so you can't really depend on doing crowd work.
Yeah, and I hate it when crowd work when like they try to be funny. I was like, "Where do you work?" And he's like, "I work for the penis inspection company." It's like, "Shut up, dude."
Be like, are you a doctor? What do
I'm gonna do
you?
yeah, I'm gonna do the jokes up here,
Come
dude.
on, man. Are you still looking for a joke?
Yeah, I have one about Nancy Grace outsourcing murdering kids, but that's something I got to work on. It's a funny thought that I had about it was about trick-or-treaters and stuff like that, how
Yeah.
Nancy Grace ruined trick-or-treating for doing that and she's made more money on lost children than any kidnappers like
Oh, nice. Oh,
HLN.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Like there's no way that she's not making more money on like lost and dead children than anybody else. So, um and then she's off the air, so it was like where does she like outsource it? Like the dead children memes and stuff like that.
Oh
Cause
God.
like I think cause like tragedy porn is an industry.
Right.
There's like and then there's like a lot of other thoughts that I've had with that that I haven't really managed to put into a joke or even to a monologue yet, where I noticed that some people I like true crime for
Hmm.
mysteries and stuff. Like I like crimes that are unsolved, or I like hearing about hard to solve crimes were solved, or like
Right.
how they found out that this
Yeah,
guy
because
was
there are
innocent.
some people that are like literally into the gore of it all, and it's like if you're into the
Yeah,
gore of something that truly actually happened to a human being, you're a sicko. I don't
yeah,
know what to tell you.
because that's the stuff that bothers me. Like I've watched some other shows, like Forensic Files tells the forensics of what happened. And then there's like these other true crime stories that are like, who killed these people? What happened to these girls that went missing and were found dead? What happened to this guy that just disappeared off the face of the earth? Or the Madison McCain one, where this little girl disappears when she was on vacation with her
Yeah,
parents.
yeah, yeah,
That one's a huge fucking rabbit hole that I went down for like a week in,
yeah.
and those ones are the ones that interest me. And
Right.
then a girl that I was dating. This actually did turn into a joke after a while, but like a girl that I was dating, she liked, she didn't like, she's like, I love true crime too. So we were like hanging out. She didn't like the true crime I liked, which was the mysteries and stuff. She just liked hearing about brutal shit happening to people.
Yeah, she's just a sicko.
Yeah, so she was, I think she was like snapped and shit like that. Like they know who killed them, and then like they're just telling you the brutal details of the murder. And you're like, all
Yeah.
right, this is just tragedy porn.
You're like, okay, well, I don't know that I'm into this.
Yeah. So she's just watching porn where I just
I mean,
where
the thing that I am kind of interested in, that's not necessarily like the way they solve the crime, is how they like the reason why people commit these crimes.
Mhm.
And it's honestly just because they're deranged and broken human beings.
I
But
think
it,
the
I do like, I also think of it from like a treatment perspective. It's like, is there a way we can
rehabilitate.
prevent this from happening?
Oh,
I don't know that. I mean, I think honestly, some people cannot be rehabilitated. Like, if you're a serial child molester, you should just kill yourself.
yeah. And then if you murder somebody or murder a bunch of people,
And if you're
it's
somebody who refers to your husband as hubby, you should kill yourself.
or pook'em or snootums or whatever.
Snookums.
Beat'ems, schnookums, yeah.
I have never heard of pookum. Who says pookum? You mean
I,
pookie?
yeah, I was messing it up like
Yeah,
Pookie. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have eaten these. I still
on
have Halloween
camera.
candy left. We didn't get a lot of kids, and I bought a bunch of Halloween candy, and we didn't get a lot of kids.
Now you have to. Now I have to eat the candy.
Yeah. I also have a Snickers. Where's my
Yeah, that's happened to us a couple times. I mean, I don't know if there's a lot of people that know that lesbians live here, but I think it's because we don't have like a lot of decorations.
we had
And like
decorations.
we have the garage is kind of right next to the front door, so if you don't like it's only light on one side, so it's kind of maybe a little creepy. I don't know.
There were a couple of houses that I didn't go to in my old neighborhood because they were creepy. But if the lights on Halloween, it means you can go.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. But like just it's just little kids with their parents and they hit like one street. Like when I was a kid, I was out all fucking night trying to get as much candy
Yeah,
as
now it's
possible.
like the kids are only out until like 6:30.
Yeah. I was out all night running around.
And
Like
then some people are like, "Can we do Halloween on Saturday this year?"
I was like, that's not when the demons are out. What's the point of wearing a mask when there's no demons out?
Right. Don't you understand what this heathen holiday is about? Yeah, when we were in Vegas, we were walking around, there was a guy that said, Halloween is Satan's holiday, please turn to Christ. And I was like, Hail Satan, my dude. And Kelsey was like, don't do that, please. She's like, don't talk to him. I was like, what is he gonna do? Fight me in the middle of the street?
Yeah. Um, Halloween is more of a Christian holiday than Christmas, if you think about it, because it's All Hallows Eve and
Right. It's a
Christmas.
celebration of the dead. And Christmas is a pagan holiday.
Christmas is a pagan holiday. Christmas was appropriated by the Catholics in
Yeah.
Ireland,
In order to convince more pagans to become Catholics. They're like,
which
hey, we have these parties.
which by the way, I actually agree with more than the way that they did it everywhere else, which was just murder the non-believers. Like everywhere else, they murdered people, and then in Northern Ireland, they're like, "Well, let's still do your thing, but we'll just say it's for our Savior's birthday." and it worked. Everybody in Ireland's Catholic now. So, um, I agree with it more so than I agree with just murdering people. So yeah, but
Yeah. I mean, Easter is also adapted from a pagan holiday, but it's about Christ or whatever, even though it's really just about fucking.
yeah, it's about fertility.
Show me in
That's
the Bible where it talks about the fucking Easter bunny.
no, the bunny and the eggs are about
About
fertility.
fertility, yeah.
Bunnies are extremely
About
fertile.
spring, it's renewal.
Yeah. And then this winter solstice is about like feasting and like having like I don't know, getting ready for the winter, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then but like Jesus was probably born in September. He's a Virgo like me. Holla. And
Oh,
Easter,
gross. I would not fuck Jesus.
like I don't
Apparently nobody would because he was a virgin his whole life. So maybe it's bad to be a Virgo, dude. That's why they call it that. That's
I
why it's called a Virgo and it sounds like virgin is because Jesus died a virgin and they named it after him.
one, it is up for debate whether or not Jesus died a virgin. His best friend was Mary Magdalene, who used to be a prostitute.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of my best friends are dudes. That doesn't mean I've ever been with a dude.
I'm just saying, pro
My best friend is accountant. That doesn't mean I know what to do with my money.
he you just give him all your money and then he'll do something.
No, he's a gambler.
Oh, yeah, no, then don't don't trust an accountant that's a gambler. Um,
He's an accountant for the city,
oh, look forward to that news.
which is cool and good.
That's what could go wrong there. No, so yeah. Uh when I found out that Virgo meant virgin was in art class, we had to draw our signs, our astrological signs. So I asked what mine was, and she's like, "When you were born?" I was like September 18th. And she's like, "You're a Virgo." And everybody made fun of me for being a virgin. I was like, I think all of us are, man. Like we're still young.
And then it was just you.
And then it was just me. And then they're gonna make a movie about me. 40-year-old virgin too.
The passion of the crust, and it's just like the sandwich crust.
Yeah. Well, I have a girlfriend right now. It's a Peloton commercial.
Okay.
I said that to one of my doctors I was like, I'm basically dating a Peloton commercial. Like I don't have anything going for me right now. The
You're
only
like, that's
ner
my most consistent relationship,
yeah.
besides the married lesbian that I do the podcast with.
Yeah, like I talked to a married lesbian and then that's about it. Like my brother yells at me for like leaving my shit in the living room and and yeah, that's like all the human interaction we have. Um I have an AI simulator girlfriend, but she talks too much. So I don't think it's gonna work out. So
Well, good luck.
thank you. Is there anything else on the docket before we end Jeffrey Dahmer pizza?
Oh yeah, I mean, I was just excited that Lubbock got in the news. So one of the local pizza places made this fake pizza that was actually not like it's not edible. They just did it as an advertising for Halloween, um, to bring attention. And there was a lot of like national backlash about like, oh, this is insensitive to the victims of Jeffrey Dahmer, and this is gruesome. How could you sell this? But they were never selling the pizza. It was literally just a stupid ad. And we got on a lot of like national news sites, and I was just excited to be in the news. Not me personally, but my city.
Yeah, Lubbock, voted most
It's
boring city in the United States.
I don't think that's true.
It was
Who
voted that.
voted for this?
I don't know. Look it up. I'll send you the link. It was voted most boring city in the United States. I like Lubbock more than Odessa, but
Yeah, I
uh
mean, that's because Odessa is so boring it didn't even make the list. They were like,
Od
Odessa,
Od
what? Nobody had even heard of it.
Odessa, say what you want about Odessa. It's not boring. Like I've had more guns pulled on me in the Odessa area than anywhere else in the United States.
You're like, I mean, it's not like fun, but it is exciting.
Yeah, I mean, like
You might die.
your heart will be pumping. Your heart will be racing in Odessa. Shoot. But what? Ah, shoot, I completely forgot. Here's my thing: is I like grisly jokes sometimes. I think I do think jokes can maybe go too far sometimes, especially when it's pertaining to food. But I don't know. I thought it was funny more than it was fucked up.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
ju-
I don't think they meant anything by it. I think they were literally just trying to get attention on social media and it worked. So, and it wasn't like they didn't say the N word. They just made a dumb pizza that was
yeah.
supposedly made out of body parts. It's
Well,
not,
outrage marketing kind of
it's
works.
literally ramen noodles.
Yeah, because like I didn't know about the place beforehand. Now I know of the place, and I'll probably hit it up next time I'm in Lubbock. Uh,
You know, I don't even know what pizza place it was. I should know. I was just like, I was so excited about Lubbock. Let me see. Lubbock, Jeffrey Dahmer pizza. Top result. Oh, dude. Fuck yeah. It was Capital Pizza.
I've never had Capital Pizza.
Capital Pizza is really good. It is good. It's good pizza.
Okay,
They have this pizza that's like it's like a, I guess it's like an Indian style pizza.
Mediterranean.
No, no, it's like a chicken tikka pizza. It's very good.
Oh, I like supreme and I like pepperoni and sausage.
It's a little it's a little sweeter than I would like, but I really enjoy it. The margarita pizzas, all their pizzas are
I like
pretty good.
margarita pizza. That's pretty good.
The it's Thai curry. My bad. That's racist of me. It's Thai curry chicken basil pizza. That one is my favorite one
Uh,
because they
uh,
put like a Thai curry sauce a little bit on like they drizzle.
oh yeah,
It's nice. The white pizza is good. They've got some good stuff at
free.
Capital Pizza.
So free advertisement for Capital Pizza. Check it out, Lubbock area. I don't know.
They do not serve human beings. I don't think.
They don't serve human beings. Take your
I
dog
mean,
in. They'll
they will
serve him.
serve you as a human being, but they will not serve you a human being as for you to eat.
I think that push came to shove, I'd eat a human.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to, I would honestly eat it if you didn't tell me what it was. And I think if somebody consents to being eaten, then that's okay.
Yeah. If they die and I saw them die, like say
Yeah,
in a plane crash, like that movie Alive or whatever, I'm okay with eating them.
right.
I mean, like,
I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
even if we had other food, I'd be like, well, I'm only gonna have one chance to try this. It's like, no, we have plenty of other food, but the
I'm like, yeah,
co-pilot
but
looks so delicious.
waste not, right?
Yeah, like if I don't eat them, the bugs will.
And fuck those bugs.
Yeah, fuck those bugs. Um, my mom doesn't think that you should eat apex predators, but I've eaten alligator before.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you catch it,
Like if you're the one that kills it, yeah, like that's fine. But I had alligator jerky. Someone else killed this alligator. There's an overpopulation of alligators, so they have to kill a bunch of them
uh-huh.
every year. Same thing with iguanas and
Oh no,
pythons.
they're killing iguanas.
Iguanas are not native to Florida.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they got to kill them. There's people, the city pays people to catch and kill them. What they do is they'll catch them, they put them in a freezer to where they can't feel anything, and they just chop their heads off. And then they eat them.
That's horrible.
I mean,
I
like,
don't want to eat an iguana.
do you have an iguana?
No.
Make great pets. But I think that's it, unless you guys want to talk about,
I
yeah,
think we save it for the next because this has been almost like 2 hours
yeah,
now, and I'm hungry.
okay. Well, she's hungry, and I got pasta. So
I'm gonna have pasta.
Uh, no, nice. No more pasta. Anyway, um, like, share, subscribe, check out our store. Our Twitter and Instagram should be up soon. Check out the links down below. I already said like, share, and subscribe. Um, this has been Comedically Correct. My name is Andrew Holiday. With me, as always, is
Selena.
all right, and we are sorry for wasting your time. Thank you and goodbye.
Goodbye.